She'll be like, ये इतना ऊंचा blouse क्यों पहना? It should be a little more appealing, a little more sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mama, that's the style. And then Bazigar released, and I went to college, and I was thronged by people and fans, and it was impossible for me to sit on the katta. And then Venus signed me for 3 movies, and the pay checks increased.
Yeah.
So I was signed for like some 50,000, 1 lakh, and I think 2 lakhs was, I did the maximum number of 2 heroine scripts. You see my career. Sonali was introduced in Aag, which was my second movie. Taboo and I did nearly 2-3 movies. If people are going to judge me, so be it. There's no fear about losing a position, because that position is already made.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. Today I have a woman on my show who actually has not only entertained us with her iconic performances and songs over 30 years, but she's also been an entrepreneur, a shield for her family, and so much more. Joining me in a conversation is none other than Shilpa Shetty. So nice to have you.
Thank you, Aina. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this and
You're most
making
welcome.
time. I'm going to start off by asking you, and I always say this in your introduction, about how positivity comes along with you and it ignites from you, because you've always been this smiling face, which I love.
So sweet.
You know, how much, 30 years in the business, how much have you evolved as a woman?
Evolving every day. Every day is a learning curve. Every day is a new experience.
Yeah.
And experiences make you a better person, or they teach you how to become stronger or better.
Yeah.
So, this evolution is consistently happening and constantly happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've seen whenever, for promotions or whenever we see you with your mom, and it's lovely how at this stage you are holding her hand and kind of showing her the life that you're also living. How much has your mom influenced you? Because I know the story of, how it was difficult for her when she was giving you birth.
A major influence in my life. She still is.
Yeah.
She's my most serious critic, and I say serious because she's the only critic I take seriously. The rest really don't matter.
Yeah.
Her, my sister, and Akanksha, these are the only 3 people I allow, because I know the criticism is constructive.
Yeah.
My mom, she's a very strong woman, and she was one of the first Bunt women to have worked back in the day. And she encouraged me to work at the age of 17, much against the wishes of my late father. I owe my being, just my being, period, to her and my dad, of course. But she doesn't think conventionally. And I think the way I have led my life comes from the encouragement, the support, and the philosophy that she has instilled in me. The ethics that she has taught me, whether it be on the work front or personally. So yes, she's always been of the belief that, women have to be independent, and you must continue to work. And there has to be a work-life balance also.
Yes.
My mom didn't have the luxury of spending that much time with us, because she and my father both worked very hard to give us a better life. She always encourages me to, spend that quality time with my children. Even today, when she watches me, she watches me as an audience. She doesn't see my work as the mother of a heroine or an actor. So she'll always tell me stuff that is very from the point of view or from the eyes of the masses.
Right.
And I think whatever I do in my life, I want to appease her. I want, because I feel if I'm able to make her happy, my audiences will be happy.
Right. So her validation is
absolutely
supreme.
Yes.
In a way.
She should watch this interview. I don't give her that feeling though.
Oh.
She'll be like, ये इतना ऊंचा blouse क्यों पहना? It should be a little more appealing, a little more sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mama, that's the style.
Yeah.
So I'm not somebody who likes to do things because fashion chal raha hai, you know, I'll not follow that. She was somebody who wore lycra blouses back in the day. We used to go on our shows abroad, and I remember her going to Macy's and picking up these lycra tops and cutting the hands and the top and making sari blouses with it. So I'm talking about 30 years ago.
So she DIY'd her own
Yeah,
outfit.
exactly.
Wow.
So, you know, fashion is very like, she's a very cool mom.
You know, like you said that she encouraged you to work at the age of 17. You came from middle class business family where your father wanted you to join business. You were studying commerce. How at that point of time did, you know, you kind of convince, or even your mom kind of convince your father that entertainment business hai? Because even today, when a middle class family girl will go and tell her father कि मुझे entertainment join करना है, हमारा काम नहीं है, लोग कैसे पता नहीं, unsafe है कि नहीं. It is the perception of the industry. How did you all overcome that?
I was 17 at the time, and my father's only shart was that I continue with my education. So I kept going to college while I was shooting Bazigar.
Wow.
And I was back from an outdoor, and I told my dad, I was like, you know, I'll not be able to do this. And then Bazigar released, and I went to college, and I was thronged by people and fans, and it was impossible for me to sit on the katta. I went to Podar. That katta was really, really famous. I just couldn't lead a normal life. And then that's when he realized, and films kept coming my way. So he just resigned to the fact that maybe this was meant to be. And my mom had already told him I was destined for big things.
Yes.
As per my horoscope. And then his prerequisite became, okay, wherever you go, you have to travel with mom.
Yeah, I know this.
Suddenly from continuing pursuing my education, it became wherever you're going, you have to go with mom. So my mom literally put everything on hold for me and traveled with me.
Did you ever, when you started and when you began in the industry, a lot of actresses talk about the kind of sexism they faced. I want to ask you, in your particular journey, right from like, you know, pay parity to the treatment that men got versus women got, to the kind of roles, what was something that you faced where it really got to you that this is not okay or this is not cool?
I think I was a little blasé about it. Because I started out very young and I was happy that I was just getting paid. Because at 17, to get a 50,000 check was a lot 30 years ago. So I was like, whoa, I'm getting paid to play a small part opposite Shah Rukh Khan. So for me, it was never about, oh, मैं heroine बनने जा रही हूँ and, you know, I'm going to make this my career, because I didn't think it was going to become my career. I just thought it was going to be one-off. And then Venus signed me for 3 movies and the pay checks increased. So I was signed for like some 50,000, 1 lakh, and I think 2 lakhs was for the next film. But Ratanji was kind enough that by the time he did the 3rd film, because after Main Khiladi Tu Anadi, it just catapulted me into another level. That on his own, he gave me 21 lakhs for Dhadkan.
Wow.
So this is again a long time back. But pay parity has always been a bit lopsided in comparison to the men. And that kind of dawned upon me much later. But it just became a way of the industry. So I wasn't going to be the flag bearer and fight against it, you know.
Fair enough.
And it's not even something that I don't know, it doesn't seem to feature in my scheme of things, because I make a lot of money with what I'm doing and in terms of my investments and my businesses. So for me, films is really not my be all and end all. You know, that's how I've made it. I am here for the art. I'm here for the love that it's garnered me. And today, obviously, I ask for a price that I think I deserve. Maybe not what I want, but I think there is somewhere a bit of equilibrium that is set in the pricing, men versus women, depending on who the maker is or what the film revolves around. And women really hold their own today. You see all the top actresses, if they're giving hits, they're obviously having a stake in the pie as well. So it's a welcome change.
It is, and this change is happening now because conversations are happening now. Tab nahi hote the itne conversations, because is why it was normal. Yeah.
No, it was a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, exactly.
It still is.
In what way would you say?
Because, I mean, today, the actors that are, working for 100 days in a movie, and the actress maybe is working for 25-30 days, because they're shooting action also.
Yeah.
It depends on also what kind, like I said, what genre the film belongs to.
Yeah.
So if it's a Gangubai, for example, where Alia is at the helm of things, the film is about her. So then obviously the director, producer figures out in his scheme of things how much she's bringing to the table and how much she's going to take home.
Like you said, you give an example of Alia doing a Gangubai, or even you, for a matter of fact, doing a film like Sukhi, which was completely female-led.
Yeah.
It was a theatrical release, and we're seeing that change now. But for the longest time, I've heard you say that your songs have been a hit always, which has favored you so much in your career. But at the same time, somewhere you were worried about being boxed because you wanted to show a de-glam side of you. You wanted to do authentic characters. But unfortunately, तभी ऐसे roles नहीं लिखे थे, तभी ऐसे scripts नहीं आते थे. Did that kind of bog you down that work is getting a little monotonous for me? I don't want to be boxed as, the girl who's just doing popular songs.
I think it's always a dichotomy of emotions over there.
Yeah.
And back in the day, for me, it was like, should I continue to be typecast and just be doing these glamorous roles where there's just a couple of songs that will become huge chartbusters? And we used to do a lot of shows back in the day.
Yeah.
So the amount of money that we would make on the shows was far more lucrative than the money that we would get in the movies.
Okay.
So, yes, and that was the entire logic of being part of commercial cinema.
Yeah.
Then there came a time where heroines were getting meteor parts. This was the late 2000s. मैं हमेशा असमंजस पे होती थी कि मैं वो करूँ जिसमें मैं पैसा कमा रही हूँ या वो करूँ जो मुझे satisfaction दे रहा है.
Yeah.
And then जो satisfaction दे रहा है वो लोगों को satisfaction नहीं दे रहा है. Audiences जिसके लिए आप काम कर रहे हैं, the ones you're actually working for, are not happy seeing you doing these de-glam roles, where because they want to see something that is aspirational, that is going to make them laugh, going to take them out of their reality and give them some kind of entertainment.
True.
So it's this constant dichotomy of emotions and dabbling of choices that I went through. So that's why you would see my career graph was yo-yoing between a Dhadkan and then a Rishte, and then Phir Milenge, then a Das, then Life in a Metro. Then an Apne.
And then Shut Up and Bounce also.
Yeah, and I also do a Shut Up and Bounce because people like seeing me doing that.
Yes. Was it true somewhere where actresses couldn't be friends and that was the whole thing? Like they would never talk about actors.
Really?
Yeah, like they would, if you see the shows or you see older interviews, the perception was like two females can't be friends. And you're coming from that era. I really want to know that, was that true or it was just made up in the news?
No. I mean, I did the maximum number of 2 heroine scripts. You see my career. Sonali was introduced in Aag, which was my second movie. Tabbu and I did nearly 2-3 movies. She's still my very dear friend. She suddenly goes AWOL on me, that's another thing. But we pick up from where we've left off, and it's real.
Yeah.
There's no pretense. And I know she genuinely loves me and I genuinely love her.
Bazigar.
Yeah, Kajal and I, we've not really stayed in touch, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Kajal again is a very well-meaning, very good-hearted person. She's again, there's no pretense, She won't, I think, have a conversation if she doesn't know you or she doesn't want to know you. And same with me.
No extra stress.
Yeah, there's no stress, which is nice, you know. Ravina and I are very good friends, even now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if there were qualms with other heroines, but I didn't have that kind of equation.
Yeah. What went on in your head to actually go ahead with Big Brother? Because I know you were in between shooting Life in a Metro, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And that time you got the offer and you even told Anurag that it's an international show, and let's see, I'll just do it for a bit. What went in your head? It was like a life-changing decision.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I think I was going through a personal low in my life.
Right.
And I won't delve into what, but I think Anurag kind of understood where I was coming from. And it was produced by Ronnie Screwwala, Life in a Metro. And I remember telling Anurag, listen, it's just a 3-week show and I'll go and I'll be out in a week.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll last out there for more than a week. For 1 hafta, 2 hafte. And I not just lasted out, I won the show and I came back. And after that, there were so many weeks that I had to be there. Because there's so many lucrative offers and so much that was happening. But I remember calling Anurag and he was like, take all the time you want. And we're waiting. And they were all so happy and so proud, you know, of me.
Yeah.
It was really supportive of the whole team.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was life-changing, so much so that we were able to do our first ever premiere at Leicester Square.
Did you kind of advise Shamita also to kind of...
So Shamita has her own journey. She did ask me at the time when she was offered Big Boss whether she should do it or not. And she's actually a very private person. So I'm more gregarious and a little more outgoing and, you know, I'm a people's person. Shamita is a little, she'll only associate with you if she likes you. If she likes you. There's a big if there.
Yeah.
But she's more real than I am. She's far more authentic, you know. And imagine if I am saying that.
Yeah, I'm actually confused because
I'm diplomatic. She can't be.
Okay, she'll say it as it is.
Yeah, I'll still like tolerate you even if I don't like you. Like, you know, I'll be like, okay, Abhi.
Yeah.
But I won't say anything bad about you, but I'll tolerate you. Shamita is not somebody who will say, I don't like her and that's it. So, that doesn't really work always.
Yeah.
But she's kind of coming to terms with it, I guess, after so many years of being in the line that sometimes you have to just endure some people.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's how, unfortunately, how
the
business
industry works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The recent interviews of Indian Police Force, you spoke about that now it's been 30 years and I'm finally feeling comfortable in my skin. And the first thing that came in my head when I heard that is, why is she saying that? Like, why 30 years? Like, what made you feel comfortable at this point?
Because now there's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Now I'm working because I want to work.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I think I was working because I wanted a bigger house, wanted a better car.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not like I didn't make money then. I made a lot of money. It was just that middle class mentality, na?
Yeah.
And now you have kids and now you're like, you know, you've been there, done that. Now, if people are going to judge me, so be it. There's no fear about losing a position because that position is already made now. You know, you've carved the niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy that people are also looking forward to seeing me in better roles. And now meteor parts are being offered and I'm able to live up to people's expectations as an actor.
You know, the last time when we spoke about Sukhi, you did speak about Vian and your kids and how protective you are and also balancing between motherhood and, you know, your work. How difficult does that get at times? And you know, there's a certain perception about celebrities. Ki, haan, celebrities hai, they have staff, they have people, it gets easy. This is the conversation I even had with Neha Dhupia. And she was like, no, that's not true. It is as taxing to be a mother even when you're coming from certain privileges. What do you have to say for that?
I think when you're a mother, you're a mother.
Yeah.
And a mother is a mother is a mother.
Yeah.
There's no one who can do your job.
Yeah.
You can have help. I may not attend every party that my daughter goes to. She's still 4, you know. I attended every party when it came to my son. Also, she was born at the time of COVID. So I spent a lot of quality time with her.
Right.
I just feel as an actor, however people may want to perceive us, we lead our lives in this glassfish bowl and it may all look very pretty, but we still go through the same kind of struggles, the same mom guilt, which I feel today has reduced for me because I believe that I am giving my children more time than my parents ever gave me.
Yeah.
And we turned out fine. So I just feel like I try my best with my kids and I try to be the best mom I can be. There is no perfect mom to be. So I work with a lot of women. My manager is a woman. She is here today and she's given birth to her second child.
Wow.
3 months ago? 4 months now. She was back on my first brand shoot after her baby on the 42nd day.
Wow.
So I went back to work soon after I delivered. So we're women who support women, and we all understand how difficult it is for us women who have children. So we are all very empathetic, and we all work together as a team.
Yeah.
And any mom out there who is a mom, who's a working woman, will understand how hard it is for us.
Even entrepreneurship, for a matter of fact, I can tell you this with full confidence that today, if any of my friend is celebrating their birthday in Bastion, it's a flex. It's a flex. It's like Saturday night, Bastion. Oh, Bastion, like it's that. It's literally been, a restaurant where everyone kind of stories, they want to flex, they want to show that they're going there. And it's done so well. Yeah. And it's so nice to see that there's a woman who's the entrepreneur of this. Because today when I especially went to Bastion, I didn't feel like I'm in the city. How did this entire vision come to place for you? And especially because it's doing so well.
Thank you. Only gratitude to the universe, to people, to my partner. Raj and Ranjit. I just feel very happy that we're like-minded people, passionate about food. Being in the hospitality business isn't easy, but I love the word #flex. I have to make a mention. It's so Gen A. I just thought #savage was like it. But yeah, no, I take it as a huge compliment. I think to be able to create that whole vibe of celebration, and while Atithi Devo Bhava is also a very intrinsic part for Bastion, which is an Indian brand, I feel extremely proud that people who are flying in from different countries literally have it as their to-do list when they land in Mumbai. We have to go to Bastion. It means a lot for the brand. It means a lot to me that we're able to create that kind of customer, experience with the ambiance, with the food.
The food is amazing.
Yes, touch wood. And credit has to go to the team that is so consistently working with all their heart. So a big shout out to all the chefs, the staff at Bastion. I never say this out loud to them, but yes.
Partnership is super important, and when you're having a relationship for so long, any marriage, when I see my parents also, it's a lot of work. What do you think has kept that strength and resilience in your relationship with Raj?
I always give this example, when you see a duck swimming, it looks so regal and it looks so beautiful, but nobody sees the legs at work. They're constantly at work. It's like marriage. I think the friendship is what keeps it going. And we still are friends. We still have date nights. Yeah, we may have different ideologies, which we do. But I think we leave that space for growth. Sometimes he accepts what my point of view is. And sometimes, even if I don't accept what his point of view is, we still let each other be, because we're two very different individuals.
Right.
And we're two different entities. So when people look at us and they think that, I am because of him or he is because of me, it's very unfair, because we are two different entities and we are here because of our work, our individual work. So you can never ever put us together. We're a team. We together are against the world, but we're not against each other, and we are not because of each other. So that's very, very clear.
There's no intertwining happening.
There is no intertwining there. So we're two very different personalities, and people love us for who we are, what we bring to the table as two different people.
Absolutely. I think what you said applies to many relationships in life. And lastly, I have to say this, that whenever I see you, like I always say, you're full of positivity. I'm saying that there's always this niceness. Do you give a lot of credit to the spiritual side of you or the yoga side of you, which also helps you imbibe a lot of calmness and affirmation and positivity in life?
Definitely. A huge part of my being I live yoga. And when when you're a yogini, I can't believe I actually said that word. Made me sound very like in orange robes. Orange lycra.
Doing tapasya.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when I use the word yogini, it's the philosophy also.
Yeah.
I live yoga when I say it's not just the asana pranayam, it's the way I live,
Yeah.
it's the way I think.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that you are what you believe, and you are what you eat. So it transcends into my way of being, how I eat. It's very like on the lines of Ayurveda, age-old sciences.
Fair.
So when you say to me that you feel happy being around me, it's because maybe somewhere I'm a little aligned, a little balanced, and that comes from my practice.
Yeah.
And it comes from my energy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for chatting with us. This was lovely, and we hope to have many conversations. Wishing you a very, very happy Women's Day.
To you too.
Thank you so much.
Hi guys, this is Shilpa Shetty Kunja, and you're watching Instant Bollywood. If you liked what we just said or what you heard, please like, share and subscribe.